Hello, everyone. I'm Kristen.
And I'm Rachel.
And this is So I'm Watching A Discovery of Witches, Season 3, Episode 5. Episode 5.
5, yeah.
Yeah, because we've got 2 left. Where do you want to start?
A christening happened.
Yes, we christened the babies. One of Rebecca's middle names is Emily, and I don't know who any of Philip's middle names belong to.
No, especially Sorley.
Yeah. No clue.
None whatsoever.
So that was nice. It was a really lovely christening. Everybody came. All the New Orleans vampires came. I assume Hamish was there. He was eating dinner later, but I didn't see him
somewhere in the pews. Yeah. Oh, no, he was there because when Baldwin walked in, I think we got him when he turned.
Okay. Yeah. Did Agatha make it? Because she was at the meeting, at the congregation meeting.
No, I don't remember.
I don't think she was there, but I know for sure the Gallow Glass wasn't there because he's still being a whiny little bitch. Apparently he's coming back in the next episode, so we'll see what we can do about that.
It's just, I don't understand.
Yeah.
It's all just very silly. Everyone seems so touchy and in their feelings.
Yeah. For centuries old creatures.
Yes.
Because it's the vampires only who are being so bitchy and ridiculous.
I mean, we can throw Sarah in there. I mean, she throws tantrums.
She throws tantrums. She's been okay the last couple episodes, so I'm like, but Emily died. I feel like that's the thing. We keep on complaining about Sarah, and given what has happened to us before on this YouTube channel, I want to go ahead and acknowledge that, yes, I understand it must be just terrible losing your life partner. I can't imagine that kind of grief. But still.
Well, having lost a fiance 3 months before our wedding, it fucking sucks. Yeah. But, I was still, doing stuff. It's just every now and then I would be like, I gotta go and have a full crying fit, and then made some questionable decisions, but I was still kind of fun.
Yeah.
So,
Baldwin crashes the baptism and is basically like, hey, fuck you and give me the babies because we have to figure out what they are. Look.
So, oh my God. He walked in with that lovely blush tie, and I was like, this fucking guy, why are we doing this?
First of all, we already had a conversation two conversations. One between Martha and Diana. Jesus, I forgot her name. And then one between Matthew and Jack. We know what both of the babies are.
Yeah.
The baby girl is some sort of vampire hybrid, and the baby boy is some kind of witch hybrid. And so far, neither of them are planning anything diabolical because they're infants.
Yeah.
And Diana even is like, I'll spellbind her if it's good. Because I don't think there's anything... The blood rage is a vampire-specific thing. Mm-hmm. So, we don't even have to worry about baby Philip.
No.
He's just part a witch. But the baby girl needs blood. Mm-hmm. She's hungry for blood. So, I guess I simply don't understand. If she's willing to spellbind her until Matthew can, reason with her, I don't know what the problem is.
Yeah, and they have a perfect example of a person who has been spellbound and was able to break out of it.
Also, I have this funny feeling that they're going to be communicating with the children and anyone else that they are spellbound, and it's only a matter of time until we know you can control yourself, and then we'll release it. And Domenico is just he's just clinging so hard to this power that's basically nothing. He's like, well, I can't believe you, why didn't you bring the babies back? And Agatha is like, you cannot be condoning kidnapping.
Yeah, you know what those babies are planning? Their next fucking blowout. That's what we're dealing with. I don't understand. And
it's so frustrating.
And I know this is a thing that happens because, creatures or people who are considered other, they talk about how the outsiders treat them or the outside world treats them. But it's sometimes it's your own kind that are the worst. Very much the call is coming from inside the house.
And that's sort of the thing where they're just they sort of are. Domenico especially is just instigating thieving these children away and quarantining them until a decision can be. What kind of decision? This isn't in Twilight where they were like changing the children. Like they were changing children who like could speak and talk and walk around, but didn't have any, they're just like ids walking around.
Yeah.
It's not like that. These are literal infants that were born from a human woman. There's like human in them too. Like
also to quote Twilight, they were born, not bitten. I don't know. And the whole reason why they have this congregation is to keep humans out of the whole thing. But it's like you are condoning kidnapping children and then putting them through tests that are going to be extremely painful and fucking traumatizing to decide where they should go or how dangerous they are.
And
I don't understand.
And meanwhile, they're doing nothing about Benjamin, who is an actual real threat to the world and community.
And Knox. Peter Knox. Just letting two psychopath, unhinged people just like raining terror and destruction amongst the people that are just like, I don't know. But babies, the babies.
It's the babies that are the problem. I don't get it.
Babies for me.
Domenico also just keeps being like, Diana and Matthew are already in violation of the congregation. And it's like
Gerbert,
my bad. No, Domenico's being great.
He's keeping his mouth shut.
Every time I've said Domenico so far in this episode, I meant Gerbert.
Yeah, no, Gerbert.
Sorry.
Gerbert is always the one running his fucking flaps.
So he is basically like, they're already in violation of the congregation. And I'm just sort of like, they have said no to your congregation. They said, bye, see you later. And they turned around and left. And so my thing is sort of like, if they're not bothering you, why are you bothering them?
Yeah. I don't know. And I mean, they just because they want to change things slightly.
Yeah.
And so Gerbert said, this is a powerful witch who is mating with a highborn vampire. So it's a power struggle.
Well, Gerbert does not want to lose his
foothold.
Power.
Yeah.
That's, again, I meant Gerbert when I said Domenico. He's the one grasping, like trying to keep all of the power. And Agatha actually put the smackdown on Satu because she was like, I would like to put this to a vote, but the witches still don't have enough people. Mm-hmm. And so it's just, I guess at this point, I kind of don't understand why they don't just like have Diana and Matthew come or like meet them in like a third party place and be like, hey, let's talk it out, because what they're doing now is not working. And at this point, Matthew and Diana have so many allies, and they're reinstituting the Knights of Lazarus, which finally we heard those words again this season for the first time. And so we've got like a ton of new knights who are all like game and there. And Fernando has been like, I'm 100% with you in this. I thought it deserved to be said because I didn't think I would after Hugh died. And it's just sort of like, come on.
Yeah, everyone's just making really poor decisions, especially when they decide to go back to Septor like it's some kind of stronghold. And it's like, Matthew keeps saying he wouldn't dare step foot on De Claremont lands. It's like, but literally everyone has, though.
Do I need to send you an engraved list of the people who have dared?
Yeah, because didn't Diana got kidnapped from there when she was going for a walk.
Satu kidnapped her on the instructions of Gerbert. Mm-hmm. And Peter Knox has been there and killed Emily. So that's two at least.
Yeah. So you guys, this is not... No. They're simply going to come on the lands, though. I don't know what to tell you. And then Benjamin, because we had that witch that arrived at Septor, because I guess Benjamin is kidnapping witches and then trying to impregnate them or something. I don't really understand what's happening.
No.
I don't get it. Because when she was he was talking about children.
He wants the babies.
Oh, okay. Because I read that as he kept kidnapping witches, so then
did he keep doing it? I thought he only kidnapped her.
Well, no, because there was a girl across the hallway.
Oh, yeah.
Gabrielle or whatever.
Yeah, okay.
So, because in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, so he's kidnapping the witches. He's going to impregnate them with his vampiric seed, and so it's like a competition at that point. And then he's like manipulating their minds or whatever, because he kept saying like Matthew and Diana, but then he let Lena escape, and he was like, "That's right, go straight to Matthew." But then she didn't really do anything.
So that's the thing.
I don't know.
I thought she was like, I thought there was going to be something planted in her that she would like attack Matthew or something. Or like maybe there's like a tracker on her. I have no idea. It was super weird and gross though. And especially if he's just like banging it out with all of them.
Yeah, I don't know.
I just assumed he wanted to steal the Rebecca and Philip.
I don't know.
But also, can you let's go down a mind journey and imagine that spinoff where Benjamin has to care for 2 babies.
I feel like he'd give them back.
Yeah,
like,
right, okay.
This was short-sighted. My bad. You guys can totally have them back.
But yeah, that was really weird. I guess Lena is still there at Septour, so I guess we don't know. She could still.
Yeah, and Matthew did pull out that watch out of Benjamin's jacket that said to Philippe 1922. And that watch was the loudest ticking watch I have ever heard, because I was like, oh, it's a bomb.
I think it's supposed to be just like Matthew hearing it with his like vampire ears.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I don't know.
Weird.
And then Matthew is like, I'm going to go face Benjamin alone. And Diana's like, no. And he's like, yes. And she's like, no. And literally.
And he's like, promise me you won't go after him if anything happens to me. And she's like, no, I won't promise that. And he's like, promise me. And she's like, no, I won't do it. And just like, what are we doing here? What is happening?
Yeah, I don't know. And then Sarah did ask Diana, or said how like her power in the chapel was elemental.
Diana smacked down Baldwin again.
Yeah, amazing. She did. And she was like, why didn't you use your knots? And she was like, well, there was one knot that I considered using, and it was the 10th and final, which is like to end and reborn.
Yeah. And
so that's interesting. And then Satu is just standing in her office and then just leaves. So
yeah,
I don't
know.
It
looked like she was going back into the back into the congregation. So she had a brainwave of some sort. She's going somewhere. It's a lot. There's only 2 episodes left. At this point, I am on your team. There's no way we're gonna be satisfied.
I feel like we're just gonna leave this with so many more questions.
So many questions.
Yeah, because I looked. So season 1 had I think 8 episodes, and then season 2 had 10.
Yeah,
and then we're only getting 7.
It does seem weird.
I don't understand.
Yeah,
but whatever.
Yeah,
we're gonna do it.
Nope. Yeah, we're gonna do it. And so they're also because that's the thing is like if there's gonna be some sort of battle, it would need to happen in the next episode in order for the final episode to be like a wrap up. But I don't know that there will be some kind of battle. I can't imagine what it might be at this point.
Okay. Apologies, I guess, for comparison to Twilight. But I mean, what can we do?
Twilight's having a resurgence.
Yeah. But is it going to be the thing where all they talk about is a battle, and then when it comes down to like throw hands, nothing happens? And they're all just kind of like, we can live in harmony. It's fine. Shake hands and just moonwalk into the sunset.
I feel like 3 people for sure have to die in order for there to actually be harmony.
Oh, speaking of, we didn't talk about Phoebe wanting to become a vampire.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I had to get that out before it left my brain again.
It was in this episode, and she was like, we have to talk about like when I'm going to become a vampire or whatever. And Marcus was like, when? And she was like, yeah, like
not if, but
like
when?
What the hell? Like it's gotta happen. And because she was like, I was thinking about our future. And he was like, we'll talk after the baptism for sure. Mm-hmm. And now that more shit has hit the fan, I think he can kick that down the road a little longer.
Yeah, well, so the reason why I had that thought when you mentioned the 3 people that are going to have to die, I feel like Phoebe's not long for this world.
No. I think that's what more people will probably die.
Yeah.
Also in the books, I think she survives.
Oh,
so I don't know. But 3 people have to die. And it is Gerbert and Peter Knox and Benjamin.
Yeah.
If those 3 people die, we're kind of smooth sailing. Mm-hmm. Like the rest of the congregation would fall in, like Satu would be the only remaining one. And I even think Diana could like sit down with her. But that's the thing. Like think about all of the things that we still have to accomplish. Like the active like conflicts that we have to resolve. Peter Knox is out there. Mm-hmm. Benjamin is out there. Those 2 have to be dealt with. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, something's got to happen with Gerbert, because at the end he was like, well, or maybe it's the preview from next week, but he's like, the power stands with the vampires as it should be, and blah blah blah. And so it's like there's active, like, really active antagonistic things going on that have to be brought to a head. And we've only got 2 episodes. And it seems like next episode is going to be 100% Matthew dealing with Benjamin.
Yeah. Well, and then 2, like you mentioned with Satu, because she's just got a fucking nut for Diana. Yeah. And it's just like, I'm the weaver. I'm the witch that is prophesized. And it's like, but you're simply not, though. Yeah. So, I mean, why can there be more than one weaver?
I don't know.
Power struggles.
Maybe Diana is the wolf and Satu is the lion.
Sure.
Why can't there be both?
Sure.
You know what I mean?
I'm all for it. Love is love, man. Yeah. Everyone can hang out and like do whatever. Just let me mind my business.
So that's kind of my deal, where at this point I'm just sort of like, why doesn't Diana take that 3rd witch seat on the congregation?
Yeah.
And then, I mean, I don't know. It's just
so many questions.
Because that's the thing, and I will compare this to Twilight a 3rd time. There is something so much more charming about the Volturi than there is about the congregation, because it's like they can be reasoned with in a way that no one on the congregation except for Agatha is like willing to listen to like an outside thing. And I guess like the other demons, like she must have a little sway over the other, like she's the lead demon, but I just like, it doesn't make a ton of sense to me why any of this is happening.
Yeah.
And like why there hasn't been more working together, like more cohesive working together. Then there should be more working together, as opposed to just like each faction trying to maintain their stranglehold, because that's not helping anybody. Like now everybody is in shambles.
Yeah, everyone's mad. Everyone's scheming against each other. We're talking about stealing babies.
Yeah.
For why? I don't know. I don't know. And I'm with you with the Volturi, because the Volturi just fuck off. They're just like, you know, they have tourist groups that come in that they get to eat, and they get to just jack off in their own splendor. Like, it doesn't matter. But it's just, this congregation is just really, really annoying. And I don't know, man. But we're going to do it.
Yep.
We're going to do it.
We're almost done.
Yeah.
We will be back next week with episode 6. Bye.
Bye.